All right, let's talk about one of the most maddening parts of starting a career. It's a problem that's been around forever, but the solution, it's new, it's fast, and it's built for the world we live in right now.
I mean, seriously, this is it, right? The classic catch-22. You need a job to get experience, but you need experience to get a job. It's this frustrating loop that so many people get stuck in.
You know, for decades, the playbook was simple. Go to school, snag a big summer internship, and just hope that it turns into a job offer. But let's be honest, in today's world, that single, straight path, well, it's just not the only game in town anymore.
But what if there was a totally different way to do it? A model that's all about flexibility, real-world skills, and how work actually gets done today. Well, that's exactly where the micro-internship comes in, and believe me, it's carving out a whole new path.
And let's get one thing straight right away. We're not talking about getting coffee or making copies. These are short, paid, professional projects. This is the kind of stuff a company would give to a new full-time hire. It's real work.
You know, the best way to really get the difference is to think about a marathon versus a sprint. A traditional internship is like a marathon, right? It's a whole semester, you're probably on site, it's a long haul. A micro-internship is a sprint. It's short, it's super focused, it's usually remote, and it's designed to do one thing and one thing only, let you prove you have a specific skill.
And get this, the time commitment is anywhere from 5 to 50 hours. Think about that for a second. You could complete a real, meaningful, professional project in the same amount of time it takes you to binge a season of a show on Netflix. It completely changes what getting experience even means.
And here's a huge piece of the puzzle. They are almost always paid. This isn't you doing a favor for free. It's a professional gig. You're typically paid a fixed fee for the whole project, which usually shakes out to somewhere around $20 to $25 an hour.
This right here is a total game changer. These opportunities are not just a summer thing. They pop up all year round, on demand, which means you can squeeze them into your schedule whenever it works for you, during the school year, over a winter break, you name it.
Okay, so you might be wondering, why is this model suddenly exploding in popularity? It is absolutely not a coincidence. It's happening because of some massive, fundamental shifts in how we all work. Let's look at the three big forces making this happen. Really, you can think of it like a perfect storm. First, the boom in remote work completely erased geography as a barrier. Second, we've shifted to a skills-based economy where companies care a lot more about what you can actually do than what your resume says you can do. And finally, you've got AI, which is automating all the routine stuff, making human skills like creativity and problem-solving more valuable than ever. These three things together created the perfect environment for micro-internships to just take off.
This whole shift is so big that people are calling it a move from a resume economy to an audition economy. And that just nails it, doesn't it? Companies don't want to just read a list of your skills anymore. They want to see you perform. A micro-internship is your audition. It's a low-risk, high-reward way for them to see how you think and how you work.
And here's the really interesting twist. AI is actually making these human-led projects more important, not less. Because think about it, if AI can handle the simple, repetitive work, what's left for us? The hard stuff. So the projects you get are all about creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving. Exactly the skills that companies are desperate for right now.
Okay, so this all sounds pretty great in theory, but let's get tactical. How do you actually find these things, and more importantly, how do you crush them to build your career? Let's break down the playbook.
So where do you look? Well, platforms like Parker Dewey are a fantastic place to start. They were one of the pioneers in this whole space. But don't stop there. Go on LinkedIn or Handshake and get clever with the filters. Search for short-term or project-based work. And definitely do not sleep on your own university's Career Center. They often have special partnerships set up. And listen, this isn't just for one or two industries. These projects are everywhere. I'm talking marketing, research, data, operations, you name it. One week you could be drafting a social media content calendar, and the very next you could be analyzing competitors for a strategy team or cleaning up a data set for finance. This is real, impactful work.
Now, landing the project is half the battle. Excelling is how you win. And the playbook is pretty simple. Customize your application, no generic stuff. Clarify everything up front so there are no surprises. Communicate your progress constantly. And here's the pro move. Always try to over-deliver. Add one extra slide, one extra insight. And when you're done, ask for feedback. That's how you turn a small project into a huge career asset.
And this brings us back to the audition economy. A fantastic project is the single best interview you will ever have, period. When a company sees you do great work with their own eyes, you're not a risk anymore. You're a known quantity, a proven asset. It's so effective that in some programs, the conversion rate from a successful project to a full-time offer is nearly 100%.
So let's zoom out. What does all of this really mean for your career? Not just next month, but in the long run. We're talking about more than just a gig here and there. This is about building a completely different kind of career, one that's agile, flexible, and totally future-proof.
Sure, the money's nice. Getting paid lets you explore different career paths without going into debt, which is huge. But the real return on investment, the real ROI, is the career capital you're building. Every single project adds another skill to your portfolio, another person to your professional network, and it proves to you and everyone else that you can succeed in a field. And ultimately, this is bigger than just padding your resume. Each one of these projects is a workout. It's building your tech readiness and your AI literacy. You're not just learning about one company. You're learning the actual rhythm of the modern, flexible, AI-powered workplace. You're preparing to thrive in the exact world that's being built right now. So I'll leave you with this question. In this new world, this audition economy, your resume is really becoming a portfolio of what you've accomplished. The most important question is shifting from where did you work to what did you build? So how are you going to start building yours?